Alright, so we're going to begin this part with Artemis and Diana. Diana is the Roman name of the Greek goddess Artemis. She's twin brothers of Apollo, which makes her the daughter of Zeus. She's the goddess of the moon, the hunt, and wild animals. It makes sense that she's the goddess of the moon, because her brother's the god of the sun. So them together kind of make up a lot of what's in the sky, which is under their father's control, Jupiter. So it all kind of adds up there. It shows how Jupiter is kind of like more powerful. He's kind of in charge of all of it, but his kids take little pieces of each. So her symbols are the moon, hunting hounds, bows and arrows, and nature. So that's kind of where you get the imagery of a wolf howling at the moon. Those are kind of her symbols. She would often be praised by hunters, because if they praised her, they thought that they would do better at hunting, get more food in that way. So that was kind of her domain. So moving on to the next goddess, Ceres and Demeter. Ceres is the Romanized name of the goddess Demeter. She's the goddess of the harvest. Her daughter's Persephone, queen of the underworld. Talked about her before, and that's why the seasons happen according to the mythology, because Persephone is during the cold months of the year, cold seasons. She's in the underworld with Pluto, but she comes up to be with her mother in the spring and summer, which is why the weather's a lot nicer, and that's when all the crops grow. So all of her symbols have to do with the harvest, wheat and bread, and cornucopia, which is a Thanksgiving symbol now, but it's a horn of plenty, so it symbolized like a bountiful harvest, and would symbolize like having a lot of food for everyone around. So she was often praised as well in hopes that it would not be a bad harvest, that they would get enough food. So she was very important to the Roman society, because they relied on her. They relied on her for good crops. Next we have Ares, or Mars. So Mars is the Roman name for the Greek god Ares. He dated Aphrodite. He's the god of war, and that's what the fourth planet in the solar system is named after, so Mars. His symbols are weapons, chariots, boars, and dogs, so all very warlike things. He was he's very involved in that aspect, so a lot of his imagery is used on armor and war symbols. So anything that had to do with war, they would often put his symbols on, kind of praise him, hoping that he would guide them in war. And war was very important to Roman culture, so he was one of the most important gods to them, because a lot of what they did was kind of take over and all that stuff. So they relied on him heavily. So he was very important to their culture. He's one of the if you go to Rome, or if you see pictures of it, you'll see a lot of statues of him. This is like, he's one of the more important gods, because, as I said, war was very important to their culture and the way they lived their lives. So it was important for them to praise him. So we get the planet named after him, and he did Aphrodite, and there's a lot that goes along with him, and because he's very involved with the culture. There's also a lot of myths that involve him, his love, and sometimes myths that have to do with battle often include him, where he just kind of like, it's where he really shined. So that's where he's seen the most. We will move on to some more gods and goddesses in the next video.